Listen, following football costs enough money already, so don't let your mobile bill mug you off. Rocket Mobile gives you unlimited everything for £16 a month. No nonsense. Powered by Vodafone and Free, plus exclusive content and prizes when you switch on over. Scan the QR code or click the link and put that cash back into football.
Hi guys, welcome back to AFTV. I've got my boy Christian Ty with me. Disappointment is the word that is going through my mind at the moment. Arsenal going down to Villa 2-1. We're within seconds of getting a point, but conceded very late, and we lose for only the second time this season, Christian. Christian, your thoughts?
Yeah, disappointing. It was always going to be tough. You know, Villa in great form. Been winning games, I think, was it 8 out of the last 10 or something like that. Beat Man City at Villa Park. And yeah, going into it without Gabriel and Saliba. I said this after Chelsea, it's obviously going to play a massive part. I don't want to harp on about injuries, but when they've been the best defensive partnership in Europe, of course it plays a part. You can see from minute one that it plays a part. You know, I thought Nketiah came in, did well for most of the game. Timber's never played at centre-back for us before, you know, Mosquera gets injured against Brentford. All of a sudden he's starting at centre-back against the most informed team in the league. Ben White hasn't started a Premier League game since, you know, midweek. All of a sudden he's starting again against the most informed team in the league in Aston Villa. So we had a makeshift back four. And I think we saw that in the first half. We were giving up way too many chances. Yeah. Simple balls in behind. Ollie Watkins was getting on pretty much every single time.
That seemed to be a tactic of theirs, didn't it? The 100%. Ball over the top.
Of course. Don't get me wrong, Timber's great, but he's not a centre-back. You know, or in this team, he's not a centre-back anyway.
Yeah, you know? He does play centre-back for his national team.
Yeah, but playing centre-back for Netherlands and playing centre-back for Arsenal was very different. You know, the way we set up, the way teams come against us, it's a different thing. And when you haven't developed a partnership, he's got a partnership with Van Dijk for Netherlands. He's never played alongside Nketiah before. It's very different. So, yeah, we were getting caught out. That right centre-back, you know, the ball in behind, Ollie Watkins was in a couple of times. He had a massive chance on his left foot, which probably shouldn't have given Raya a chance to save it, but Raya makes a good save, stays at 0-0. And then we shored it up a little bit. I thought we dropped a little bit deeper. And then for their goal, we just, for some reason, I don't know what we were doing. We got into this shape. We had this this back five, or back six actually, because Eze dropped back into kind of a left wing back position. Saka had dropped back. He was deeper than Ben White on the right hand side. And our whole midfield dropped back. Marino, if you look at Marino for that goal, he's going, what are we doing? Why are we just sitting like we're winning? Well, we're 1-0 up with 5 minutes to go. What is going on? And I was saying it on the stream, I was confused. All of a sudden, ball in, Nketiah gets a flick. Eze loses the man at the back post, and it's a great finish from Matty Cash. I know you said about David Raya, you think it is his fault, but in my opinion...
Well, I said, you're doing me a bit naughty there.
You said it was Raya's fault?
No, what I said, there's a collective responsibility thing, because even on the stream, I acknowledged that Eze lost his man. Yeah. For that split second, he was behind the play. Cash steals in behind him and gets a shot off. Now listen, Cash makes a good connection, but my point is that it was straight to the keeper and it went through his legs. Now, the optics of that is that when you look at that, you think, it went through his legs. So there is something to be said there. I'm not blaming him directly, but it just, you know what I mean? The optics of it suggests to me that you don't get beaten on your near post with a ball going between your legs. But hey.
I'm personally not blaming David Raya. You've got to stop the cross. Once you get the header, you win the header. You can't let the man behind you. You just get through and have a shot against goal so close to goal.
But I don't want to make it look like I'm digging out David Raya, because he made a couple of really good saves.
He did. So. Yeah. Earlier from Ollie Watkins, he kept us in the game, but made a few good saves. And
he has been an outstanding keeper, you know, for a long time now. He's probably our best player last season. So I just thought I'd make that clear.
First half we weren't really in the game. We didn't really create much. I can't really remember. Did we have a big chance in that first half? Can't really remember. But then we were saying it at half time as well, make those changes. And I think he made the right changes. Yeah. You know, Eze wasn't really in the game. When Odegaard plays in the middle like that and he drifts out to the right, our left winger's not really ever in the game. You know, it's so hard for a left winger, unless you get that one chance and you take it, like Trossard did when he came on. It's hard to be in the game. It was so right-sided when Odegaard plays. I don't know if that's a criticism on him or Arteta, or he needs to somehow change his game to involve the left side, but it's very predictable at times. You know,
personally, I thought Martin Odegaard had a good game.
I'll talk about him in a sec, because I'm not digging out Odegaard, but Eze wasn't in that game.
No, he wasn't.
And Marino was poor in that first half. You know, Marino, I've been bigging him up every single week, scoring goals. every time he got the ball, he kind of fell over on the ball. Didn't look. I don't know why he was lacking confidence. Maybe the guy should.
He has those games. He does have those every now and again. He does have those.
His
games.
confidence should be so high right now. You know, goal and assist against Brentford, goal against Chelsea before that. He was poor in that first half, and I think Arteta finally had the right idea, because we don't see him often make early subs. Takes Marino off, Gyökeres on. Cool, I was happy with that. And takes Eze off. He's not a left winger. I don't think Odegaard and Eze can play in the same team. Pushing Eze out to the left hand side isn't the answer. And Trossard came on. Good to see Trossard back. And then the first 10 minutes of that second half, we were by far the better team.
Yeah, we did.
We were so good in that first 10, 15 minutes. We get the goal. You know, a bit scrappy in the box. No, it wasn't a bit scrappy at all, but it bounces around. Saka puts it in, bounces back to Trossard, and he scores the goal. And at 1-1, I'm thinking we can go on and win this game. Yeah, I think they showed a graphic on the screen. In the first 15 minutes of the second half, we had 88% possession. Yeah, we score the goal, goes 1-1. Why are we not then putting the foot on the throat and going on and winning that game? How do we then let the momentum shift so much that for the next 10, 15 minutes, it's all Villa? I don't get it. Why do we lose control like that? Is it a mentality issue? Do we not have the mentality to take advantage while we can, while we're on top? Go and score a second goal. Go and kill the game. Yeah, as soon as we scored.
Sounds easier said than done, though, because we have to also be cognizant of the fact that Villa are a good team. They're on a good run.
I'm not saying they're not.
They're at home. No, but what I'm saying is we always said, didn't we? We said in the stream that this game is going to be ebb and flow.
Yeah, we did.
It's one of those games.
But while we're on top in the second half, 88% possession, why as soon as we score, does it switch? What is that? That must be mentality, right? Or just, we've scored now, let's sit off, let's go and press.
I think we have to give Villa a bit of credit. They got into it a bit and they turned it up as well.
But then why does that happen when we score? 88% possession, we score the goal. How can we should have the momentum after scoring that goal. How can they then have the momentum? The rest of that half, we had a couple of chances. Odegaard had a nice long range one. You know, there was one that Saka, it came out, maybe he could have done better. I thought he should have just hit it quicker. You obviously thought he should have placed it. And then you get to the end of the game.
I think he did the right thing by trying to place it.
But he didn't score, so it's what it is. And then at the end of the game, Rice makes a great run left-hand side, puts it across. And I said it straight away. I said, where is Gyökeres? You see the replay, Gyökeres doesn't gamble. If we have Erling Haaland up front, or an absolute bagsman who knows where to be at the right time, we win that game.
You know what I'd say about Gyökeres, and I said it on the stream, he looked off it. Because even before that, we were commenting that the duels up top, he was losing pretty much all of them. I remember there was one particular ball that he went for with Konza, and Konza just eased him off, and it was too easy, and we both said, like, come on, bro, like, you're like 6'3", 14, 15 stone. You should be making your presence felt.
Yeah.
So he just wasn't at it today. And then you highlighted that chance that should have been his.
Yeah,
that he wasn't even in the picture at. In the end, it fell to Madueke. Unfortunate for Madueke, it was on his right foot, and we know that's not his good foot. So it was disappointing. But what I would say is, overall, I don't think we deserved to lose the game. I think we switched off at the end there. Nkapie, who I was actually bigging up, he needlessly gives away a throw. I thought he overruns the ball. Remember that?
Yeah.
They get the throw in, and that's when the problem started. So it's disappointing, man. One question I would want to ask you now: that's 3 consecutive Premier League games away from home that Arsenal have dropped points in. Do you think that that is becoming a concern?
Yeah, I do. I got to be completely honest.
And away form.
Yeah, look, we're missing Saliba and Gabriel today, which played a massive part. It's a makeshift defence. But you look at the big games we played away. First big game away we lost, which is against Liverpool. Then we played against Sunderland away, a minute away from winning, and we go and drop 2 points. We play against Chelsea away, they go down to 10 men. Again, we drop another 2 points. And we come here and we drop arguably a point at the end there. So don't get me wrong. I will say this as well. It is not the end of the world.
No.
Good teams lose games. You know, every team that has ever played in the Premier League has lost at least one game in the season, apart from Arsenal in 03-04. So it isn't the end of the world. We're still top of the league. But when you concede at the end like that, it hurts, man. It does. I still believe in this team. I still think we're the best team in the league and we'll go on to win it. But just the way it happened, you know, conceding a last-minute goal again, like you say, Nkapie, just clear it, runs out for a throw. It doesn't need to happen, but you're going to lose games along the way, and we've lost today, so it is what it is.
Unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is.